Speech Language Hearing Month. Millions of Americans face communication disorders.
And a recent poll by the American Speech Language Hearing Association reveals 65% of people with these disorders experience stigma, feeling like outcasts, judged, or even overlooked for achievements. Joining us to continue the conversation this morning is Tena McNamara, the president of the American Speech Language Hearing Association. Tena, nice to have you with us today.
Thank you for having us.
So
Appreciate it.
Before we dive into the data here, talk about National Speech Language Hearing Month and the importance of raising awareness about communication disorders.
Every May, we celebrate exactly what you said, National Speech Language Hearing Month. ASLHA is an organization of speech language pathologists and audiologists. And our goal, as always, as any professional association, is to raise the awareness of communication problems and how these can be addressed and what we can do to make communication accessible to everyone.
The results from the poll that we just referenced, Tena, were just made public. Can you talk with us about some of those results and what you found most alarming?
Yes, the results are very compelling. So there's a lot of data out there that talks about, what children go through socially, emotionally when they have communication disorders, but there isn't a lot of information about adults. So ASLHA sponsored a poll, and what they did was they polled people 18 years and older that had hearing, speech, or language difficulties across the United States. And what they found was that 65% of those individuals have encountered stigmas. And it's really prevalent in those with speech language difficulties. About 88% with speech language difficulties encountered stigmas. About 58% with hearing difficulties encountered stigmas. And as you said before, these people felt judged. They felt that others thought they were less intelligent. They had a feeling of kind of being less than, as an outcast. They were labeled and they were bullied, and it really impacted their lives. Of those, 83% said that it impacted their lives. 49% indicated that it affected relationships, and 60% said that they were really stressed in social gatherings. And so there is things that we can do to help these individuals to communicate better. And sometimes it can just be a simple accommodation. From the poll, we found that a lot of people just asked, could they have adequate time to communicate? As you can imagine, if you stutter, or possibly even if you've had a stroke and your speech is slowed, or for those individuals that have significant hearing loss, for them to understand and catch what's being said, you need to give more time for them to talk, more time for you to listen. And just asking the individuals their needs, what can you do to help them to communicate better, may really improve situations where you're trying to talk to that individual. So there's just some simple accommodations that can be made. There may be other accommodations that could be involved. Our recommendation is to always work with a professional in the field, a speech language pathologist or an audiologist, to help to figure out and to help find strategies that will improve communication.
Tena, I'm wondering if we can kind of look at the long-term picture here, in terms of that stigmatization, have there been improvements in terms of acceptance with people that have communication disorders over the years? Are we making progress on that front?
And that's a very good question. This stems from ableism in our society. For some reason, our society, not everyone, but it is pretty prevalent. They think lesser of those that can walk, talk, hear, or that maybe look differently. So it is a societal change. In the past, we've been very medically focused in that if somebody was a little bit different, we felt like we had to fix them. And we don't always have to fix them. Sometimes, like we said, it's just figuring out the best way for them to communicate. Maybe it's using a device, maybe it's using manual communication, whatever they need to communicate, we may need to just make accommodations for them. It doesn't always have to be a fix. And I think that's where our society needs to work on changing their attitude and realizing that we can do accommodations to help these people fit right into our society.
Thank you so much, Tina, for spreading awareness on this topic today.
Yes, you're welcome. If there's additional information that's needed, ASLHA has a page at webpage, asha.org/public, where you can get on and find out more information on hearing and balance problems, speech, language, swallowing problems, even insurance information. So that is available.
So many resources out there and so much to learn. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I think at the root of this, for me, it comes down to two things. It's understanding of each other and acceptance. Understanding that, yeah, we are different, and there's folks that face challenges, whether it's mobility, whether it's communication disorders, hearing, that sort of thing, and accepting that and praising it.
Right.
You know, the fact that, somebody does have a communication disorder, that doesn't stop them from doing anything that somebody else can do. They can do anything,
like Tina
and there's a
said.
lot of tools at the disposal, and you don't necessarily have to fix it, but there's things to address it.